for a short prayer followed by the playing of our national anthem.
Please bow your hearts. Dear Lord, thank you for letting us come together today. Thank you for beautiful weather as well. I ask that you please put your hand over both teams and keep them safe, and that they would honor you today, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
And we welcome you here inside the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. It's a beautiful day on this Groundhog's Day, and even though Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow for 6 more weeks of winter, it certainly does not feel like that here in Jefferson City. Carson-Newman taking on the King Tornado for Game 3 of a 3-game series here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Carson-Newman won both games of the doubleheader yesterday, 17-0 in Game 1 over the Tornado, and a 9-5 decision in Game 2 that saw Carson-Newman jump out to a 7-0 lead. It looked like it was going to be another blowout. King kept chipping away, thanks in part to a 2-run home run from Michael Stars, who bats third in the batting order, to cut the deficit to just 5. Carson-Newman would cut back with a 2 spot in the bottom of the 5th as well to push the lead back up to 7. King chipped away with 4 runs combined in the 5th and 6th to make it a 9-5, or 3 runs I should say, to make it a 9-5 final score. We'll take you through the starting batting order for the visiting King Tornado. Truman Roper has started each game in the leadoff spot at center field, and he will do the same here in Game 3. Roper leads off, followed by Joseph Ruiz. We saw him in the 9-hole in Game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader. He's now moved up to batting second and the second baseman. Michael Stars, who had the home run for the Tornado yesterday, hits third at third base at the hot corner. Levi Medford, who was the designated hitter in the cleanup spot in Game 1 yesterday, is now in the field as the catcher. Daniel Hicks, the first baseman, batting 5-hole. Josh Nuno, the designated hitter, batting 6th. Joey Armontegui, Connor Hyatt, and Jalen Woodley round out the King batting order in left, right, and short, respectively. Truman Roper steps into the batter's box, set to take on Carson-Newman's Branson Angel, who say just about a minute past our official start time of 1:01 p.m. Check swing. Home plate umpire says he went around, as we'll take a look at our umpires today. In the field, Andy Glenn. The man behind the plate calling the balls and strikes is William Bell. Angel hides his face in his glove. Now kicks and fires the 0-2. It's lifted in the air towards center field. That will drop in for a base hit into right center. Takes a high bounce where Trey Miller will receive it. It's a leadoff single for Truman Roper, and the Tornado have a runner aboard. On those royal blue jerseys, King written in red across the center with a white outline. Similar numbers on the back, red with white outlines. The Conference Carolinas logo on the left sleeve, and red numbers with white outlines on the front left towards the bottom of the jersey for King as well. The Tornado wearing red batting helmets. The first pitch to the 3-hole batter, Michael Stars. He takes a first pitch called strike for strike number 1 from Branson Angel. Stars hit that home run yesterday that put King on the board for the first time this season. The lone home run hit in yesterday's doubleheader. Pickoff back towards first base, but Roper is in there safely with no tag applied by Kilgore. Carson-Newman wearing white pants, navy blue belts, and orange jerseys. Navy blue accents adorning the sleeves. 0-1, another pickoff. This one gets away, and it's a pickoff error on Branson. So Stars now bats with a runner in scoring position after Roper advances on the failed pickoff. He laces one towards left field. That drops just in foul territory. Barely a foul ball by just 0.02 degrees. On his horse and heading all the way over towards second base is Michael Stars. So Stars now has to walk the approximately 120 feet back from second base to home to step back into the batter's box on the ropes with an 0-2 count. Heavy breaking ball from Angel, just under 70 miles per hour that Stars barreled up, pushed it, or pulled it I should say, just foul. 0-2 delivery from Angel, swung over the top and missed. Michael Stars, arguably the most dangerous batter in this King batting order, retired on strikes for Angel's first strikeout of the day, and it brings up the cleanup batter, Levi Medford. Medford, the native to Canton, North Carolina, all academic Conference Carolinas. Carson-Newman wearing the nested CN logo over their heart on the left side. Navy blue numbers on the bottom right. First pitch falls off the table, finds the strike zone there. Same pitch that Stars had that heavy hit foul ball. 0-1 delivery. This one's hit well towards left field. Smith racing after it. It will drop in front of him. Rounding third and coming home is Truman Roper, and it's an RBI single for Levi Medford. For the first time this season, the King Tornado have a lead. We're trailing all day yesterday, and now strike here in the top of the first. The Tornado look to salvage a game of this 3-game set with Carson-Newman. Stepping into the batter's box, Daniel Hicks. He takes a called strike on an 86-mile-per-hour fastball. The Bristol, Tennessee native working with an 0-1 count. Chops a foul ball over towards the left side. Medford takes a slight lead off of first. Hicks dealing with an 0-2 count after a foul ball. Angel trying to escape the inning with minimal damage. The 0-2 delivery chopped foul again, and we'll do it all over. Angel, a heavy strike to ball ratio. Of his 18 pitches that he's dealt so far, all but 2 have been strikes. Underneath it in center field, makes the catch for the out. The damage is done for the King Tornado. 1 run unearned for Branson Angel off 2 hits and error, leaving 1 on base. Eagles try to respond when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320.
We welcome you back here to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, home of the Carson-Newman Eagles, and the home team getting ready to grab a bat for the first time today. We'll take you through the starting batting order and the defensive positioning for the King Tornado. For the Eagles, Spencer Williams, the right fielder, will lead things off for the third consecutive game to open the season. Seth Benner, the designated hitter, bats second. Logan Floyd, the third baseman, in the three-hole. Kilgore at first, batting cleanup. Castellana at catcher in the five-hole. Gibson, the shortstop, bats sixth. Then rounding out the batting order in 7, 8, 9, Cole Nathan, Braxton Smith, and Trey Miller. Second base, left field, and center field. Defensively for King, Joey Armontegui is in left field. Truman Roper in center. Connor Hyatt over in right field. The infield from left to right. Michael Stars at third base. Jalen Woodley over at short. Joseph Ruiz at second. And at first base, Daniel Hicks. The battery for King behind the plate, Levi Medford. Towing the rubber, Tanner Hunley, the right-handed pitching senior. Appeared in 15 games last season, just starting one, and his first delivery is wild. And paying homage to now the late Bob Euchre, just a bit outside. The 1-0 delivery showing bunt is Williams. He keeps it there, doesn't pull back. It pulls back at the last second, I should say, as it's called a ball by the home plate umpire, William Bell. Hunley throwing an 89-mile-per-hour fastball. Fires the 2-0. It's hit through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Spencer Williams aboard with a leadoff single, matching what King did in their half of the first. Barreled it up 89 miles per hour off the bat. Brings up Seth Benner, the designated hitter. Runner thought about going for the first pitch to Benner, taken inside for ball one. It was a busy day around the Carson-Newman. Time is called, and there's a pitch clock violation, an automatic ball. We had a warning yesterday. Now this is an official pitch clock violation on Tanner Hunley. He's getting a talking to from the field umpire, Andy Glenn. The automatic walk puts Seth Benner aboard. Brings up the three-hole batter, Logan Floyd. Floyd, a native to Daresville, Georgia. Attended high school in Rome, Georgia. It'll be a homecoming for Logan Floyd in 2 days. Ball will miss downstairs for ball one. The Eagles head to Rome, Georgia to take on the Shorter Hawks in a midweek contest on Tuesday. You can listen to that game on cneagles.com/live. 1-0 delivery is inside for a called strike. Carson-Newman softball resuming today against the Concord Mountain Lions out of West Virginia. The 1-1 chopped foul up the third baseline. Despite falling behind early this morning for a 10:30 start time, the Eagles were able to respond and beat the Mountain Lions in game 1 of their doubleheader 18-5 as a final in 5 innings. The 1-2 delivery skips in the dirt. Medford keeps hold of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners aboard, nobody out, bottom 1. King 1. Eagles in their first attempt at the plate don't have a run yet. 2-2 delivery. Curves its way in. Excellent breaking ball. Puts a backwards K to Logan Floyd. 1 away in the inning here in the bottom of the first. Second game of that softball doubleheader has begun over at the Vic and the softball complex at Carson-Newman. The Eagles have taken a 2-0 lead at the end of the first inning over Concord. Pickoff back to second base. Hundley threw over to the second baseman Ruiz. It was a very close play, but Williams was able to dive back in safely. And what a day for Carson-Newman basketball yesterday as well. The 0-0 taken inside for ball 1. We don't have to talk about the women's game, but the men's game was an instant classic. Double overtime against nationally ranked Lenore-Rhine, where the Bears were able to get last-second shots at regulation and the end of the first overtime to stay alive. Called strike downstairs, leaving the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. 89-mile-per-hour fastball from Hundley. First double overtime for the Eagles in a decade. Ended up taking down the nationally ranked Bears 114-111. Kilgore hits a ball well. Left center field gap. That drops in. In to score is Spencer Williams. Getting the green light is Seth Benner. He rounds third and will score easily as there's no throw from the cutoff man. Carson-Newman back in front takes a lead 2-1. Carson-Newman immediately erases that first inning deficit with a 2 RBI double from Tanner Kilgore. A perfectly barreled ball by Kilgore. He's now in scoring position with just 1 out. The first pitch to the catcher, Nick Castellana, will catch the strike zone low for strike 1. So the Eagles have taken a 2. Hyatt gives chase. He's not going to get there. Kilgore will score. It's how far will Castellana go? He stops at second with a stand-up double. Kilgore, Castellana trade places. 3-1, Carson-Newman. An excellent start to the game for the Eagles. Have scored at least 3 runs in the first inning in all 3 games of this series. Scored 6 in game 1, 3 in game 2, 3 here in game. 327 feet into right center field. Dropped that double for Nick Castellana. Shows bunt, pulls back high and tight, ball 1. Carson-Newman with the 2 wins yesterday stay at the current moment tied. And it looks like we're getting another new wrinkle in the game. And it's not just pitchers who can be called on pitch clock violations. If batters are not in the box ready and looking at the pitcher by a certain time on the clock, it's an automatic strike as well. The 1-0 swung on and missed for strike 1. Which raises interesting questions when that's strike 3, because do you give credit to the pitcher for a strikeout swinging or strikeout looking? There's no real stat for automatic strikeouts. The 1-1 Check swing. The home plate umpire saying that Gibson went around. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Only 4 teams in the South Atlantic Conference remain undefeated. Newberry, Carson-Newman, Lenore-Rhine, and UVA-Wise all unblemished so far. 1-2, fouled off, out of play down the right side. Count remains 1-2 to Aiden Gibson. 2 teams currently winless. Anderson has only played 1 game in a non-conference against Emory and Henry. So they are 0-1. Tusculum has lost all 3 games it has played so far, sitting at 0-3, getting swept by Francis Marion. The 1-2 delivery. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Tanner Hunley has recorded 2 strikeouts, both of them backwards Ks. Gibson didn't like it. Did look like that one caught the zone. So it brings up the 7-hole batter, Cole Nathan, who was hitting at just an unreal pace yesterday. At one point batting 8. First pitch strike percentage very high for Tanner Hunley, the starting pitcher for the Tornado. Nathan went 1 for 3 in Game 2 of the doubleheader, but went an unbelievable 4 for 5 in Game 2. In Game 1, excuse me, he fouls off a pitch. He's now down in the count 0-2. Catawba, who came into this season ranked number 3 in the country, has played 2 games down in South Florida against Sunshine State Conference teams and have split those 2 games so far. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Drop ball tagged by the catcher, Medford, for the 3rd out. 3 outs in the inning, all come by the way of the strikeout. However, back-to-back doubles from Kilgore and Castellana. Plate 3, and through 1 inning of play, it's Carson-Newman 3, King 1 on the Eagles Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. Business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's
University. We'll take a look around the South Atlantic Conference Baseball Day. Wingate also in South Florida alongside Catawba. They're taking on nationally ranked Nova Southeastern. Bulldogs currently lead the Sharks 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th from Davie, Florida. Josh Nuno will lead things off in our game here as we begin the top of the 2nd. The 6-hole batter is the designated hitter. First pitch to Nuno popped up behind home plate, well out of play. Castellana did not give chase. Did not see Josh Nuno yesterday. This is his first appearance of the season. He started in all 11 games he played in last year, batting .282 with 11 base hits. Second pitch of the at-bat is in there for a called strike. The San Jose, California native transferred to King out of Antelope Valley College in Lancaster, California. The 0-2 swung on and missed, and it's a quick 3-pitch strikeout to Josh Nuno. And it brings up number 25, Joey Amantegui III, the left fielder for King today. Freshman out of Merritt Island, Florida, played for the Minutemen of Cocoa Beach High School. He hits a ball over to short. Gibson picks it up. The throw on to first is in time for the out. First pitch swinging for Armantegui, and he grounds out to short. 4 pitches, 2 outs for Branson Angel here in the 2nd inning of play. If you're just tuning in, top of the second inning between King and Carson-Newman, the Eagles lead the Tornado 3-1. 8-hole batter Connor Hyatt, the right fielder, he shows bunt, pulls back, but the first pitch is in there for a strike regardless on a 71-mile-per-hour pitch from Angel. Hyatt, native to Johnson City. The biology major at King University, balls and one strike. Has called a strike, evens the count at 2-2. Lenore Ryan leading Trevecca Nazarene 6-0, top of the second, so a very busy first for the Bears of LR. Here comes the 2-2 to Connor Hyatt from Branson Angel. Kicks the leg and fires, fouled into the screen. Emory and Henry and Anderson playing Game 2 of their non-conference series. Anderson leading in the bottom of the second in Anderson, South Carolina, 3-0 over the Wasps. Catawba finishes up its slate of South Florida games. Here comes the 2-2. It's swung on and missed for strike 3. Branson Angel earns his third punch-out, and it's 3 up, 3 down. We'll have more sack scores for you when we come back for the bottom of the second on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing.
Back here from the campus of Carson-Newman, it is a 3-1 lead for the Eagles over the singular Tornado of King University. We'll take a look at some more scores from around the South Atlantic Conference before Carson-Newman begins the inning. Braxton Smith, Trey Miller, and Spencer Williams do up this inning, with Smith stepping into the batter's box. Over 0, bottom of the first, bases loaded with 2 outs, so Wise has a chance for a big inning with an extra base hit. First pitch of our inning here is in there for a called strike off the arm of Tanner Hunley into Braxton Smith. Mentioned that third-ranked Catawba finishing up its Florida road trip. The 0-1 fouled off, nearly was a bullet into the King dugout on the first base side. Said it's just strike 2. Catawba got walked off in extra innings on Friday against Nova Southeastern. Defeated Palm Beach Atlantic up in Palm Beach County today. Top of the third, that game is still scoreless between Catawba and Barry. First, an excellent defensive play from the second baseman, Ruiz. Looked like that one was going to get into center field regardless, and Ruiz makes a nice hustle play, backhands the ball, and flips it onto first. Brings up Trey Miller, the center fielder. Miller had a solid game in Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. Led 2 for 3. Takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Single, doubled, and then popped out to first on a bunt attempt. Had 2 RBIs on a third inning 2 RBI double. A 1-0 delivery for a called strike, 1-1. I'm not criticizing Catawba because I know that the schedule makers have a tough job to do, but if I were to change one thing, just knowing the layout of a little bit of how South Florida works, 1-1 is a ball that goes downstairs. I would not start at Nova Southeastern, go up to Palm Beach Atlantic, and then down to Barry. You're essentially driving an hour north. Nova Southeastern's in the middle of the 3 schools. and then needing to drive 2 hours down south to play at Barry. 2-1 is in there for a called strike after showing bunt and pulling back. So if it were up to me, if you really want to end the series, your 3-game set at Barry, first last inning. Runner thought about going as Williams shows bunt, pulls back for a ball. And this is quite the interesting strategy. It's not even necessarily the guys that are known for stealing bases for Carson-Newman. It just seems about every other batter shows bunt against Tanner Hunley. The 1-0 shows bunt again, pulls back. This time it's a called strike. And I wonder if that's an exploit to get at Tanner Hunley, or if noticing when you pull back on bunts, you get more balls called by William Bell. A ball and a strike, runner goes, shows bunt, ball in the dirt. There is no throw, and it's a stolen base for Trey Miller. 8th stolen base on the season for Carson-Newman on 10 attempts. Eagles came into this game batting an absurd .400 as a team. First time through the batting order, 3 for 7, including 2 walks in that line. Ball will miss downstairs, and Williams facing a favorable 3-1 count. Hitters count 3-1, fouled off, and it's strike 2. Just one more game across the South Atlantic Conference we need to mention. Lincoln Memorial, who was nearly no-hit by North Georgia on Friday night, currently trail to the Nighthawks 2-0, bottom of the second inning. Nighthawks have the bases loaded with 2 outs. 3-2 payoff pitch, hit in the air towards center field. Roper camps underneath it, will reach up and make the squeeze. Thought plate appearance of the game so far. First pitch to Benner after that initial wild pitch is in there for a strike. One. Ball skips away yet again, and the pitch goes wild, and that's a run on back-to-back wild pitches on really 3 pitches from Tanner Hunley. Found a strike in between, but goes wild to score Miller. That increases the Carson-Newman lead to 4-1. Two-one delivery, chopped foul, evens up the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seth Benner now batting with nobody aboard. Had a chance to drive in Trey Miller and get an RBI on his line, but he scored himself after 2 wild pitches from Hunley. He hits one well towards left field. Armontegui has a read. He dives out. Did he handle it? He did, and makes the catch in center field. Still hustling out was Benner, but the official call was out. A diving play by Joey Armontegui. The Carson-Newman side is begging for a drop ball. Being stubborn is Benner, staying at second base. There is no argument from the Carson-Newman coaching staff, and that's how the second inning will end. 4-1, Carson-Newman in front through 2 innings on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
4-1, Carson-Newman holds the lead over the King Tornado. Branson Angel back out for his third inning of work. Has allowed a run off 2 hits so far as we take a look at our current line score in today's game. King 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, have left just 1 runner on base. Carson-Newman 4 runs on 3 hits, have committed 1 error, have also left just 1 aboard today. So we begin the third inning. It's the 9-hole batter, Jalen Woodley, followed by the 1-2 of Truman Roper and Joseph Ruiz. Jalen Woodley had a decent amount of action yesterday. Played in the first game, did not see action in game 2. Starting second baseman struck out all 3 times he came to the plate, so trying to at least put a ball in play. Maybe not in this plate appearance, but at some point today. Angel sets fires. First pitch to Woodley is taken downstairs for a called strike. Nice 84-mile-per-hour fastball from Angel. The 0-1 delivery, low and away, ball 1. Angel's pitch count relatively low. This 1-1 pitch will be his 30th of the day. The delivery, check swing, too high. Appeal down, no swing. The home plate and field umpires both agree, and it's a 2-1 count. TrackMan data has that as the right call out of the zone, too high. 2-1, hit sharply towards short. Gibson over to Kilgore. It's a floating throw, but it makes it in time for the first out of the inning. 6-3. Angel through 2 1/3 has only allowed 2 hits, 1 run, but it was unearned on his line, striking out 3. Into the batter's box steps Truman Roper. He singled and later came around to score back in the first. First pitch he sees is taken downstairs for a called strike. For Jalen Woodley, despite the ground out, it has to feel good to get the ball in play after 3 strikeouts and 3 at-bats yesterday. The 0-1 called a strike on the outside part of the plate. And now Roper, without swinging the bat, is on the ropes, down 0-2. The 0-2 taken outside for ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes on the way. This one's hit well towards left field. Smith goes back towards the wall. It hits off the top of the wall. Heading over to second base is Truman Roper. Just barely missed a home run. Took a ball well high of the strike zone and drove it 335 feet to right field. Potentially a little too high to escape the yard, 35-degree launch angle. You're looking to get that a little lower. Around 25 degrees is your typical home run range. Either way, it's a double with 1 out for Truman Roper. First pitch upstairs to Joseph Ruiz, who flew out to right field last time up. It's a ball for ball 1. Ruiz, the freshman out of Chesapeake, Virginia. 1-0 pickoff back to second, and a nice stop by Cole Nathan, the second baseman. Had he not been there in time, that would have trickled into center field. Ruiz, the batter, a difficult batter to pitch against just because of how small the strike zone is. 1-0 upstairs for ball 2. Ruiz listed on the official roster from King University as standing 5'4". Ruiz has a chance for an RBI with teammate Truman Roper in scoring position. The 2-0 bounces in the dirt for ball 3. Now fires the 0-1 on a hit and run. It's hit towards center field. Hits into the glove of Miller. The runner caught in a rundown will go back to first. Did they double him up? They did. The run didn't cross the plate first. The home plate umpire is saying yes it did, so that is a sacrifice fly for Michael Stars to center field. Ruiz doubled up on the play, and Roper comes in to score. It's 4-2. Carson-Newman in front, middle of the third on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopseeandeagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Back here for the bottom of the third inning. King strikes for another run just before the break off a sacrifice fly from Michael Stars. Joseph Ruiz, it was a hit and run, then got caught in a rundown after Trey Miller made the catch in center field. It went Miller to Kilgore to double him up for the out. The only problem was Truman Roper had crossed home plate before Ruiz was doubled up, so that run goes on the scoreboard. Leading off for Carson-Newman here in the third, Logan Floyd. He struck out looking in his lone plate appearance of the day. First pitch he sees is in there for a called strike. No balls and a strike. Pitch to Benner, swung over the top and missed. That's strike 2. It's Benner, Floyd, and Floyd. Apologies, it's Floyd, Kilgore, and Castellana due up this inning. Pitch taken low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman holding on to a 2-run advantage, leading 4-2 here in the bottom of the third. Pitch taken high, 4-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Floyd, check swing. Home plate umpire William Bell says he went around, and Floyd will go down on strikes for the second time today. It's the 4th punch out of the afternoon for Tanner Hundley, the starting pitcher for the Tornado. Brings up Tanner Kilgore. He doubled back in the first inning. Later came around to score, driven in by Nick Castellana. First pitch he sees fouled off down the third baseline towards the Carson-Newman dugout. It's an 0-1 count. Deal from Hunley. This one's hit well towards the left center field gap. This is another diving catch by the King outfield. Truman Roper lays out, goes Superman style, and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. An excellent diving play by Truman Roper out in center, and it's two diving plays by the King outfield. Joey Armontegui in left, now Truman Roper in center. And time is called. It looks like Roper a little shaken up after that diving play. All the attention and eyeballs are on him out in center field. Brad Hill pops out of the dugout. We get the thumbs up and we're good to go. So it brings up Nick Castellana, 1-for-1 today. He hits it over towards second base. Ruiz bobbles it, the throw onto first. Castellana, it seemed like he put the brakes on, and it causes a inning-ending groundout. Through 3 innings, Carson-Newman in front, 4-2 on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Back here from Mossy Creek, we're through 3 innings of play. And Branson Angel back out for his 3rd inning of work. Angel has allowed 2 runs, only one of them earned on 4 hits. It's the 4-5-6 portion of the Tornado batting order due up this inning. Levi Medford, Daniel Hicks, and Josh Nuno. First pitch to Levi Medford, just a touch outside. 4-1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Excuse me, 1 ball, no strikes on the first pitch of the inning. The 1-0, missing just a touch outside again. 2 balls and no strikes to Levi Medford, the catcher. Medford last season batted .280. Called strike upstairs, puts the count at 2 balls and a strike. Medford in game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader went 0 for 3, grounding into a double play and striking out twice. 2-2 finds the zone, evens up the count at 2 apiece. 2-2 delivery, fouled off, will do it all. Some updates from around the South Atlantic Conference. UVA Wise has loaded the bases yet again against Bluefield State. Only 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Wise currently leads on to Kilgore in time for the out. Levi Medford retired to open up the top of the 4th inning, and it brings up Daniel Hicks. Hicks, the Bristol, Tennessee native, batted .245 last season at Division III Rhodes for the Lynx out in Memphis, Tennessee. First pitch down low, gets ahead in the count by a pitch. Barry has taken a 2-0 lead over 3rd-ranked Catawba. Ball downstairs, ahead in the count, 2 pitches and a 2-0 count. Buccaneers lead the Catawba Indians 2-0 in the top of the 5th down in Miami Shores. 2-0 finally finds the zone in there for a strike. 71-mile-per-hour breaking ball down the heart of the plate for Truman Roper. 2-1 delivery. Another pitch nearly identical. This one also called a strike. 85-mile-per-hour fastball. Angel working quickly. Here comes the 2-2, and it's back up the middle for a base hit. Daniel Hicks gets his first hit of the day. And after a 1-for-4 performance yesterday, he's 1-for-2 through his first 2 at-bats. Runner at first is Daniel Hicks as Josh Nuno steps up to bat. Nuno, first pitch swinging, fisted into left field. That drops in for a base hit. Stopping at second is Daniel Hicks. First and second are the Tornado with 1 out. Josh Nuno, the designated hitter, goes first pitch swinging and finds a base hit. Here in the top of the 4th, the tying run is aboard for the Tornado with just 1 away, and it brings up Joey Armentegui. Armentegui did not play in Game 1 yesterday, but in Game 2 had an impressive 1-for-3 day. His lone hit was a double to lead off the 6th. Later came around to score. First pitch to Armentegui is downstairs, ball 1. Elsewhere across the SAC, USC Aiken leading Mars Hill 4-3, top of the 4th, down in Aiken, South Carolina. 1-0 delivery. Check swing, called a strike, evens up the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Nuno at first, Hicks at second. Top of the 4th here at Carson-Newman. The Eagles leading the Tornado 4-2. 1-1, ball outside. 2-1 count. Armentegui waits for the 2-1, a look back towards second for Daniel Hicks. Inside, and it plunks him. That loads the bases. Daniel Hicks at third, Josh Nuno at second, Joey. So the bases are loaded for right fielder Connor Hyatt. And time is called. We'll get a quick mound visit to Branson Angel with Jason White. Come for 4 seasons before transferring to Duke out of the ACC. For his top of the 4th, we're ready to play again. First pitch to Hyatt, taken downstairs. Hyatt last season on 37 hits, had 12 of them go for extra bases, 9 doubles, a triple, and 3 homers a year ago. The 1-0, Hyatt takes a low and inside, ball 2. Angel delivers his 61st pitch of the day. It's a ground ball that gets through the left side. In to score is Hicks. The Tornado goes station to station. It's an RBI single for Connor Hyatt. The Tornado have cut into the deficit. It's now 4-3, Carson-Newman. Hicks in to score. Nuno now at third. Armentegui at second. Hyatt takes his spot at first. And it brings up the 9-hole batter, Jalen Woodley, who's had an 0-for-4 start to his season. Woodley, and try to limit the damage. Possibly induce a double play ball. Carson-Newman pitcher when we return on the Eagle Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. Shop seating, duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at shopseeandeagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Best prices.
Xavier Hart is the first man out of the bullpen. It's the bases loaded. First pitch swinging for Jalen Woodley for strike one. Mentioned yesterday, Woodley went 0 for 3, striking out all 3 times he came to the plate. Today, he's grounded out to short. Woodley waits on the 0-1 from the right-hander, Hart. Fires ground ball to third, speared by Floyd. He'll go home for the shore out, and the force out at home. Woodley will reach on a fielder's choice. Nuno chopped down. So Hyatt advances to second. Armentegui to third. Nuno is out on the force at home. Heads up from Floyd to toss it on over to Castellana. Bases remain loaded for Truman Roper, who is 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. Hart's going to need to keep him at bay, something the Eagles have not been able to do yet today. First pitch to Roper just outside. Castellana makes a nice stop as it was nearly past his wingspan that would have let it roll to the backstop and likely score the tying run for the Tornado. Bases are loaded here in the top of the fourth. 1-0 delivery, make it a 1-1 after a swing and miss. It's the Eagles 4, the Tornado 3. Branson Angel pitches 3 2/3 before being relieved for, make that 3 1/3 before being relieved for by Hart. The 1-1 hit well, left field. Smith has a read. Will reach up and make the catch. The Eagles limit the damage. Hart gets out of an inherited jam. It's 4-3. Carson-Newman still leads at the end of 4 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Students, bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's and Jefferson topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Back here from Mossy Creek, it's the 4th inning of work for the starting pitcher for King, Tanner Hunley. Carson-Newman holding on to a 4-3 lead after King was able to score in the top of the 4th when it scored on an RBI single from Connor Hyatt. Pitching change went to Xavier Hart, who induced a fielder's choice to Jalen Woodley. Logan Floyd threw on to Nick Castellana for the force out at home. Then Truman Roper flew out to left with 2 outs in the inning to limit the damage to just 1 run. Now for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the 4th, it's Aiden Gibson, Colton Athan, and Braxton Smith. Gibson had a backwards K on his line back in the 1st inning. This is his 2nd at-bat of the game. Starting pitcher Tanner Hunley, the senior out of Apex, North Carolina, delivers a first pitch line drive that is caught by Ruiz. And that hit the ground, so that's a 4-3 ground out for Aiden Gibson. It brings up Cole Nathan. First pitch inside for ball one. So Gibson's at bat will go down as a line out to second base with the throw into first done for good measure. Cole Nathan takes a strike and the count's even at 1-1. Hunley, the starting pitcher and exercise science major at King University, made his collegiate debut against Carson-Newman back in 2022. 1-1, called a strike on the outside. Pitched an inning last season against Carson-Newman in Game 3 of the opening series. He allowed 4 hits and 5 runs while walking 2. Of his 4 hits, the 3 allowed hits were doubles. He's been obviously a little better at controlling extra base hits today. Ball will miss downstairs for ball 2. Only 3 hits allowed, but in fairness, 2 of those hits were doubles back in the first. The 2-2 hit in the air towards right field. Hyatt gives chase in fair territory. He will fall while he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Cole Nathan retired on a fly out to right. Brings up Braxton Smith. 0 for 1 today, grounded out to second base. Smith, attending the same high school as teammate and shortstop Aiden Gibson, Walker Valley High School in Charleston, Tennessee.
Through sunny days and stormy nights, AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back here for the top of the 5th. Heart of the batting order due up for the King Tornado. Joseph Ruiz, Michael Stars, and Levi Medford. Ruiz is 1 for 2 today, singled and flew out to right. He'll take on Xavier Hart for the first time today. Fouls off the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Hart, a native to Sellersburg, Indiana, has been a journeyman through different colleges, transferring to Carson-Newman prior to last season. Before that, began his high school career at Jeffersonville High School in Jeffersonville, Indiana. The 0-1, Hart began his collegiate journey The 0-2 fouled off into the screen. Then transferred from Indiana Southeast to Vincennes University, playing for the Trailblazers before coming to Carson-Newman prior to the 2024 season. The 0-2 delivery taken low and away. It's ball one. Ruiz was part of the play that he was doubled up when Michael Stars flew out at the second inning. He'll ground it over to short. Gibson picks it up to throw into first, bounces in the dirt, but Kilgore makes a nice spear. And it's a inning opening ground out here in the fifth for Joseph Ruiz. Michael Stars went 4 for 8 yesterday. He's now 0 for 1 today with a sac fly and a strikeout. Stars looking to get his first base hit of the day. He'll take the first pitch low for ball one. Xavier Hart, the right-hander, pitched in 6 games last season, made his only start and first career start against Montevallo. Pitched 2 innings of 1-run ball, the only game in which he pitched over the concession stand behind home plate. A ball and a strike, the pitch to Hart, called a strike on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hart carried an 0-1 record with a .386 ERA last season in 7 delivery too far inside counts even at 2 apiece. Hart's last appearance of the 2024 season came against Trevecca Nazarene on April 23rd, pitched an inning of relief, did not allow a hit while striking out 1 of the 3 outs he recorded. 2-2 is hit very well towards left field. This one's over the wall. A home run for Michael Stars. It's his second of the season, and this one travels 392 feet to left field. 101 off the bat, and Stars has been the only player to hit a home run in this series, and he's done it twice. Not only that, it's a game-tying home run for Michael Stars. We're tied at 4 runs apiece. So after the Stars home run, Levi Medford has an opportunity to follow him up. Hart takes a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Counts 0-1 to Levi Medford. Daniel Hicks stands on deck. He'll get an opportunity to bat now after that Stars home run. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Current line score, King 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 4 runners left on base. Carson-Newman 4 runs, 3 hits, an error, and 1 left on. Swing and a foul tip keeps the at-bat alive. No, it was foul tipped into the glove of Castellana, and that finishes the put-out. Medford goes down on strikes swinging. First strikeout of the season for Xavier Hart. Brings up Daniel Hicks. He's 1 for 2. Flew out to center and singled. The delivery relieved Branson Angel, who went 3 1/3, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them being earned. Did not allow a walk, however, while striking out 3. The 0-1 hit sharply towards second past the diving glove of Nathan. Gets into right field where Williams will pick it up and toss it back into the infield. It's a 2-out single for Daniel Hicks. He's 2 for 3 today. Brings up the designated hitter, Josh Nuno. The senior out of San Jose, California, 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. Batted .282 last season against Carson-Newman. Appeared in 2 games, including hitting a home run. Throw down to second base attempt by King against Carson-Newman this series. Tornado now 1 for 2 on stolen base attempts. Nuno faces a 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch will miss low for ball 2. His home runs came against SAC schools, including 1 against CN. Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second base. High ball game at 4. Two one. Hart sets on the slab. Look back towards second. Now fires downstairs. And that becomes ball 3. Bottom of the 5th inning, Carson-Newman leading Concord 5-1 in game 2 of the doubleheader. Hicks at second base, Nuno at first for King in a tied ball game at 4. The first pitch of the Armontegui at bat misses low for ball 1. The 1-0 fouled off for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Carson-Newman trailed at one point in this game. It was in the top of the 1st when King took a 1-0 lead. Carson-Newman played at 3 in the bottom half of the 1st, added another in the 2nd. King has chipped away with a run each in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 1-1. Called a strike on the outside part of the plate. Armontegui down in the count 1-2. Base hit into the outfield would likely give King back the lead for the first time since the top of the 1st. One, two. Chopper foul. Landed right in front of Castellana. If he had just reached out and gloved it, it would have been a fair ball, but instead the backspin carries it into foul territory. Two aboard, 2 strike count to Armontegui. Trying to protect the plate, he swings and strikes out. The damage is limited to just a solo home run. A 392-foot blast to left field for Michael Stars ties the ball game at 4.
While 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventuring towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Back here for the bottom of the 5th, Carson-Newman trying to reclaim a lead after King tied it on a Michael Stars home run in the top half of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, it's the 9-1-2 portion of the batting order. Trey Miller, Spencer Williams, and Seth Benner. The first pitch of the inning skips in the dirt for ball one. Tanner Hunley still the man on the hill for the Tornado. The right-handed pitcher is looking to get into the win column if he can hold the Eagles at bay here in the fifth. And then the Tornado take the lead in the top of the sixth before he's relieved for. The 1-0 taken upstairs, but it's called a strike. One on the delivery. It's a called strike on the outside part of the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The conference for the King Tornado. And again, according to our tracking and data, the right call just on the outside part of the plate. 2-2 on the way. Hit foul down the right field line and right into an area of seats. Well, the Black Lab is back. I mentioned that there was a Black Labrador over in right field that when a foul ball landed closer to the chain link fence that separates the spectator area from the field of play, dog went over, grabbed the foul ball, brought it back to its owner. This time, dog didn't have to move. It landed pretty much where they were camped up. 2-2 swung on and missed on a drop third strike tagged out by Medford. And Trey Miller will strike out to begin the 5th inning for Carson-Newman. 5th strikeout for starting pitcher Tanner Hunley. Defeated North Greenville, who have scored 63 runs in 4 games. Francis Marion also 3-0, sweeping Tusculum. Here's the first pitch to Spencer Williams, taken downstairs, ball 1. And the final undefeated team in Conference Carolinas is Shorter, Carson-Newman's opponent on Tuesday in Rome, Georgia at the Robert H. Ledbetter Baseball Complex. 1-0, missing outside, it's ball 2. Shorter was supposed to have a 3-game series against the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. However, after a Friday rainout, they just had to play their scheduled Saturday doubleheader. Kentucky State did not have arrangements to stay after Saturday night, so they couldn't play today. Williams fouls off the 2-0, puts the count at 2-1. Run rule was put in effect for Shorter and Kentucky State in Game 1 as the Thoroughbreds fell to the Hawks 24-0 in the 7th inning and then took just a 3-0 decision over Kentucky State in Game 2 of that doubleheader. Ball outside puts the count at 3-1 to Spencer Williams. Both of those games were just 7 innings, so the Hawks have not played a 9-inning game yet. Ground ball hit over towards second. Ruiz will pick it up, fire onto first, and Williams is retired. Eagle batters in a row make it 10 after the Williams ground out. The last Eagle to reach base was Trey Miller on a walk back in the 2nd inning. Brings up Seth Benner, who also drew a walk against Tanner Hunley. He did so back in the 1st before flying out to left in the 2nd. First pitch in there for a called strike. Elsewhere in the Conference Carolinas, there are 3 winless teams, including King, who got swept in a doubleheader yesterday, looking for their first win today. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Southern Wesleyan and Barton also have yet to pick up a win in Conference Carolinas. Chowan and Young Harris are the exception to the rule because although they don't have a win, they have not played a game, so they don't have a loss either. The 0-2, too far downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom 5 in a tie game at 4. Sitting at 2-1 on the season, Erskine, the 1-2, checks his swing, Called strike 3 regardless. Ring him up looking for Seth Benner. We're through 5 complete. Tied at 4 between the Tornado and Eagles on the Eagles Sports Network.
They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community.
You're focused on your success.
Back here from the Eagles Sports Network at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. We'll take a look at around the Conference Carolina scoreboard before we get started here in inning number 6. We'll start things at Georgia Southwestern, not a Conference Carolina school, but hosting 0-2 Southern Wesleyan. Top of the third, Wesleyan at bat. It's 1-0 for Georgia Southwestern. Emmanuel dominated number 22 ranked Lee yesterday, and they're right back where they left off. Middle of the second inning, Emmanuel leading 5-0 over nationally ranked Lee and the Flames. Carson-Newman has a date with Lee set not too far from today, February 18th, a road game in Cleveland, Tennessee, before the Flames visit the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex on March 11th. Leading off the inning is Connor Hyatt. First pitch swinging on a foul ball. Last inning, King was able to score a run on 2 hits. The only hit that mattered was the Michael Stars home run, however. Previous 2 innings combined, the Tornado have left 5 on base of their 6 left on base total. The 0-1 in there for a called strike. Young Harris playing its first game of the season down in Montgomery, Alabama, taking on the Warhawks of Auburn, Montgomery. Young Harris leads 4-0 in the top of the 5th. Pop-up, foul out of play. Mount Olive taking on Palm Beach Atlantic and the Sailfish today in West Palm Beach. Get that score in just a moment. Hyatt faces an 0-2. The 0-2 from Hart. Fisted foul, and we'll do it again. UNC Pembroke is currently trailing to the Lake Erie Storm down at the UNC Pembroke Baseball Complex in Cary, North Carolina, where the Division II College World Series is played. The Storm lead over the Braves of UNC Pembroke 10-6. The 0-2 fouled off again. That game is currently in the top of the 8th between Lake Erie and UNC Pembroke. Mentioned Mount Olive also down in South Florida, playing those trio of South Florida teams as the pitch misses low, 1-2. Defeated the Lynn Fighting Knights 12-8 on Friday. Lost to Barry 2-1 last night, and take on the Sailfish of PBA today. A swing and a miss for Connor Hyatt. Puts the first out of the inning on the scoreboard. Third strikeout today for Xavier Hart. Down at Palm Beach Atlantic, it's the Sailfish leading Mount Olive 2-0 in the top of the 7th. Mount Olive has a runner at second base. Called strike downstairs. Pushes the Jalen Woodley count to an 0-1. The 0-1 delivery, a check swing. Home plate umpire says he went around, and the count moves to 0-2. Tornado are tripling up the Eagles' hit column 9-3. The 0-2 to Woodley taken for ball 1. However, the only thing that matters, of course, is the runs column, which is still tied at 4. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for the 4th time this season. Jalen Woodley goes down on strikes. That's now 4 straight strikeouts for Xavier, 3 straight strikeouts dating back to last inning. His 4th of the day, 3 consecutive. The first pitch to Truman Roper at the top of the order, misses low for ball 1. Roper 2 for 3 today, single, doubled, and flew out to left. He hits one hard down the third base line, but foul. Hits off a wall before popping back onto the field of play. King today as a team, 9 for 23, batting .391 as a unit. 1-1, check swing, ball 2. That's a far cry from the Tornado 175 batting average in the 2 doubleheader games yesterday. Two-1, taken downstairs. 3 balls and just 1 strike with 2 outs in the inning to Truman Roper. After back-to-back strikeouts, Hart is in danger of letting Roper walk. Hart has surrendered just 1 walk in today's game. Finds a strike into the zone. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes off an 87-mile-per-hour fastball from Hart. So with 2 outs, here's the payoff pitch from the senior Xavier Hart. It's a ground ball up the middle. Tough play for the shortstop Gibson. He stands up on the run, is able to make the play onto first. Roper grounds out to short to end the top of the 6th. For just the 2nd time today, King has been blanked in an inning. Middle of the 6th, 4-4. Eagles coming to bat when we return on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Well, Carson-Newman isn't the happiest campers in the world. Tanner Hunley still on the mound as the reason why. However, pitch count getting up there as the first pitch of this inning will be his 80th of the ball game. The hiccup for Carson-Newman is he's retired 11 Eagles in a row. The last base hit hasn't been since the first inning when Nick Castellana doubled in the first to drive in Tanner Kilgore. The good news is Tanner Kilgore and Nick Castellana, who both doubled off this pitcher, are due up this inning. It's Logan Floyd, Tanner Kilgore, and Nick Castellana due up. First pitch is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. King has 4 runs off of 9 hits, have not committed an error in the field today. Swing and a miss for Floyd. He's now down in the count 0-2. You'd have to expect here in the 6th, this is the final inning for Tanner Hunley. The 0-2. Taken outside, a ball and 2 strikes. King continues its season against another South Atlantic Conference school with a trip to Mars Hill, North Carolina to take on the Lions. Pitch misses low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. After the Wednesday meeting at Mars Hill, it is a 4-game home series for King against Davis and Elkins. Check swing, hits the barrel of the bat and fouls into the screen. February 8th, a doubleheader at home against Davis and Elkins and the Senators. Sunday, February 9th, there's a doubleheader as well. Both days, the doubleheader begins at noon in Bristol, Tennessee. 2-2, called strike 3. So Logan Floyd goes down on strikes. It's the 7th strikeout of the day for Tanner Hunley. 3 of the last 4 outs he's recorded has been by way of the strikeout. And he's retired 12 Eagles in a row as it brings up Tanner Kilgore. Mentioned the pitch count getting up there. Takes the first pitch down low for ball 1. He fires 87-mile-per-hour fastball just a hair outside. Kilgore ahead in the count 2-0. The last Eagle to reach base safely, Trey Miller back in the second, drawing a walk. 2-0 delivery downstairs, but into the zone for a called strike. The count moves to 3-1. Excuse me, 2-1. Eagles have not gotten a hit since the first. Check swing. Umpire says he went around. That's William Bell, the man behind home plate, calling the balls and strikes. Counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the first baseman, Tanner Kilgore. Two. Chopped over towards the catcher, and the catcher, Medford, picks it up, tags out Kilgore on what was ruled a fair ball. And that goes for the second out of the inning. Make it 13 in a row retired by Hunley. Brings up Nick Castellana. 1 for 2 today. Doubled and grounded out to second base. Check swing on the first pitch. Home plate umpire says we don't even have to appeal. You went around. One final update from Carson-Newman softball for you after the 0-1 delivery. Called a strike downstairs. Castellana exits the box almost at a look of disbelief. And again, according to our software here, that one did catch the zone. Carson-Newman softball sweeps the doubleheader of Concord with a 9-1 decision in Game 2. The 0-2. Hit back up the middle, and there's Carson-Newman's first hit since the first. Nick Castellana gets aboard with a single. That breaks a spell of 13 batters retired in a row by Tanner Hunley. And we'll see if a base hit is all Brad Hill needed to make a jog out to the mound. Damage done, but it brings up the shortstop, Aiden Gibson. Gibson, a batter who hit .259 last season. He swings through it, tried to hold back but couldn't. That's strike 1. Eagles at softball came into the bottom of the 5th with just a 5-1 lead, but after a 2 RBI triple followed by a 2 RBI double, Carson-Newman was able to score 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to essentially walk it off by run rule. Time is called as Tom Griffin is having a conversation with Aiden Gibson before he steps back into the box with an 0-1 count. Castellana single. 0-1. Hit over towards right field. There's back-to-back knocks. Heading over for third. Back-to-back singles mean runners at the corners for the second baseman, Cole Nathan. And there's Brad Hill coming out of the dugout. Thought this would happen a batter ago. Now it ball for a call to the bullpen. The entire infield comes in, but no action coming out of the King bullpen just yet. And there it is. There's the point to the bullpen. A call to the Tornado pen. We'll let you know who it is. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for the Eagles when we return on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is shopcneagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopCNEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopCNEagles.com.
Carson Whaley comes out of the King bullpen. The senior out of Chuckey, Tennessee, attended North Green High School over in Greenville, Tennessee. Not too far from here in Jefferson City, about a 40 to 45-minute drive to North Green High School. The senior has only made 6 appearances last season, only made 6 appearances in his collegiate career at King, 4 of which came last season in relief. So this just the 7th appearance for Carson Whaley in a King uniform. 3-sport high school athlete, played baseball, basketball, and golf in his 4 appearances last year. Pitched 3 1/3 with a 10.80 ERA, allowed 8 hits, 4 runs, walking 2, striking out 2. Most recent appearance came on April 21st against UNC Pembroke. Pitched an inning of relief where he allowed 5 hits and 4 runs to the Braves of UNCP. Whaley is a left-handed arm out of the bullpen, so we'll see how facing the lefty release slot will impact Carson-Newman's batters. The only one that matters right now, however, is Cole Nathan. Nathan's 0 for 2 today, but in a big spot. 2 outs, runners at the corners, inherited by Carson Whaley. Gibson at first, Castellana at third. Whaley has the unfortunate distinction of not being able to have a warm-up pitch. Needs to deliver well from the jump, and he does. First pitch is in there for a called strike. .67-mile-per-hour breaking ball finds the zone. And time is called. The 2 umpires coming together, I believe, to deliver a pitch clock warning. If not a pitch clock warning, then a delivery warning. Delivery warnings not as common. Happened in the MLB about a decade ago with the Marlins Carter Caps, who had a tendency to kind of hop off the mound. Other teams wanted a balk. 0-1, ball downstairs. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just speculating on why the umpires would be having a conversation. Gibson stands at first, Castellana at third, bottom of the 6th in a tie game. The 1-1 delivery upstairs to Cole Nathan moves the count to 2-1. So bottom 6, King 4, Carson-Newman 4. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at the corners for Cole Nathan, who today is batting 0 for 2. 2-1 delivery. Skips in the dirt, slightly gets away. Heading over to second on the wild pitch is Aiden Gibson. Castellana did not want to test it coming home, as now pushes 2 runners into scoring position, and with a 3-1 count, Braxton Smith on deck. There is a spot to put the runner, however, it would load the bases. 3-1 pitch from Whaley. It's well too far outside, about as intentional of a ball as you can make it look, even though I don't believe it was an intentional ball. So Nathan walks. That loads the bases, and we'll get a pinch hitter. Stepping into the batter's box is Ryan Bolton. He'll relieve Braxton Smith. Bolton, a redshirt sophomore. We saw him yesterday up here for Carson-Newman. So Bolton steps in with the bases loaded. Nathan at first, Gibson at second, Castellana at third. Whaley's delivery fisted over towards the first base side. Hicks will climb up the hill and drop it. A dropped foul ball error. It puts the first E on the scoreboard for King. Climbed up the hill, couldn't contain it. Well, for Whaley, all these runs going unearned now. The 0-1 delivery. Hit foul. Well out of play. And the count's now 0-2. Ryan Bolton, the batter, in a pinch hit spot. The 0-2 delivery. Chopped over towards short. Woodley in a shift. Fire onto first. Is it enough for the speedy Bolton? He beat it out. Now heading over to home was Castellana. Gibson follows behind him after a muffed catch on the infield single by Ryan Bolton. Second error of the day on, and now heading over to second, had the ball, was Carson Whaley. Ryan Bolton sprints over to second, trying to catch the Tornadoes sleeping, and they do. But hold on a second, the umpires are saying, I apologize, I thought they were sending him back. He was actually coming over to hand off some equipment and heading back to second. Brings up Trey Miller now. What a wild sequence of events. Carson-Newman now in front 6-4. Runners are at second and third. Bolton at second. Nathan at third. The first pitch to Trey Miller taken high. The first baseman, Hicks, had a muffed catch, which allowed the runners to advance. That accounted for the second error of the inning. Trey Miller takes another ball down low. It's now Carson-Newman 6, King 4. Only the second multi-run inning of the game. 2-0, chopped over towards third, picked up by Stars. Stars throw on to first. This one is in time. A 5-3 ground out ends the frame. 2 runs, both unearned off of 3 base hits. 2 errors, leaving 2 runners left on base. Through 6 complete, it's Carson-Newman 6, King 4 on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
You can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4 Insurance needs since 1931.
New arm on the hill for Carson-Newman as we begin the 7th inning. Carson-Newman was able to take a 6-4 lead when Ryan Bolton, the pinch hitter, came in, singled. A muffed catch by Hicks, the first baseman, allowed Gibson to score after Castellana scored naturally with the bases loaded. Bolton remains in left field, so he completely relieves Braxton Smith. And a new arm on the hill as well. First pitch to Joseph Ruiz is fouled off. Dallin Turner, the new arm since 2022, has been a true journeyman of the sport. Turner's 0-1 to Ruiz, fouled off. From New Harmony, Utah, attended Desert Hills High School in St. George, Utah. Then went D1 to Staten Island, New York, played for the Wagner Seahawks for a couple of seasons. Transferred to the Academy of Art in San Francisco, California. Transferred again to come to Carson-Newman last season. The 0-2 taken high. So just to recap, from Utah, went to Staten Island, back to San Francisco, now here to Tennessee. You talk about a journeyman, Dallin Turner fits every definition of the word. The 1-2 pitch taken upstairs for ball 2. Last collegiate appearance was on April 29th of 2022 against Fresno Pacific, playing for the Academy of Art. Two taken upstairs, and that's ball 3 to Joseph Ruiz. Now was able to get a little experience before stepping back onto the mound here at Carson-Newman. Played summer ball this offseason in the Coastal Plains League for the Macon Bacon down in Georgia. High and tight, that's ball 4, and Dallin Turner will lose the first batter he faces to a base on balls. In props up Michael Stars. Stars. One more note on Dallin Turner. Despite being a native to Utah, his favorite NFL team is playing 1 week from today, the Kansas City Chiefs, as they go for the three-peat. The 0-1 ball taken upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. I would say for any other fan base, it would be an anxiety-riddled week talking about your team going in the Super Bowl, but after back-to-back seasons in which your team won it all, I don't know if it impacts you that much. 1-1 ball upstairs. That's a 2-1 count. High and tight, taking the 3-1. Turner in danger of losing his second straight batter. Michael Stars, 1 for 2 today, home run, sac fly, and a strikeout. The 3-1 delivery from Turner, fouled back into the screen. Eagles holding on to a 2-run lead that they earned with a 2 spot in the bottom of the 6th. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball misses high at 75 miles per hour. It's back-to-back walks surrendered by Dallin Turner. Brings up Levi Medford, who's 1 for 3 today with a single, ground out, and a strikeout. And time called as Castellana wants to come out to talk to his pitcher. Well, Dallin Turner comes in to relieve Xavier Hart, who came in for relief of Branson Angel. Hart pitches 2 2/3, allows 2 hits and a run, walking 1 while striking out 4 today. And as of right now is in line for the winning decision. And right after Castellana gets back, Tom Griffin decides he wants to be the one to come out and have a conversation. The entire infield will come in. Tom Griffin, in his 19th season at Carson-Newman, has a career record of .527 and .410 in his time as the Eagles skipper. Not a pitching change, just an extended mound visit. The field umpire, Andy Glenn, is now motioning for William Bell, the home plate umpire, to come out and break the mound visit up. I don't know if I've ever seen that. One umpire telling the other umpire what to do. And now William Bell gets on the mound and is just standing there. I don't know if he said a single word. And it will be a pitching change after all of that. So Carson-Newman will make a call to the bullpen. We'll have more on that when we come back from break on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, while Dallin Turner only faces 2 batters, cannot record an out after walking 2. The ball is turned over to left-handed pitcher Jackson Sarrett out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Played high school for the Bearden Bulldogs in Knoxville as well. The redshirt junior played summer ball this offseason for the Covington Lumberjacks of the Valley League. Played in 3 games, starting 1, had a 1-2 record, but a 3 ERA, and in 12 innings pitched, had an incredible strikeout to walk ratio of 12-3. Appeared in 6 games last season with a 1-0 record, a 2.57 ERA, and 7 innings pitched. His last appearance of the season came on April 26th against the Coker Cobras, where he pitched an inning and 2/3. So Jackson Sarrett will take on Levi Medford, who takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Medford, the catcher for the King Tornado. 3-sport athlete in high school, played football, basketball, and baseball for the Pisgah Black Bears. Fly ball hit well towards left field. Looking back and trying to make the basket catch was Bolton. He can't get there. And instead, rounding third and coming home is just Joseph Ruiz, as Michael Starr stopped at second. So Ruiz goes from second to home off an RBI single from Levi Medford. cuts into the Carson-Newman lead. Daniel Hicks is 2 for 3 today with a pair of singles and a fly out to center field. Runners at first and second, still nobody out in the inning. First pitch, ball downstairs. Hicks gave it a thought but decided to hold back on the swing. Sarrett takes a look back towards second. Now fires a nasty breaking ball at 73, just curved underneath the strike zone, but induced a swing from Hicks. A ball and a strike, a long look back towards second base. Now fires the 1-1, fouled off into the screen for strike 2. Sarrett throws a fastball, curveball, and a changeup, the typical 3 pitch rotations that you'll usually see from relievers. Some will slide in a slider into that 3-pitch repertoire. The 1-2 taken too far upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Medford at first, Stars at second. Carson-Newman leads 6-5 here in the top of the 7th, 3 outs away from the 7th inning stretch. Look back towards second base, now fires. Sarrett's pitch is fouled off. At his longest outing of the season, Sarrett did against Wingate on April 20th, pitched 2 2/3. Against the Wingate Bulldogs, only allowing a single run through that period. Two, look back. And now time called. Two runners aboard. Big pitch for Sarrett. Lifts the leg and fires on a ground ball dribbled foul up the first baseline into the King dugout. King wearing their bright blue, royal blue jerseys, I should say. King written in red across the front with red numbers on the front and back. Gray pants, red batting helmets. Carson-Newman white pants, orange jerseys with the nested CN logo and navy over the heart, with navy blue numbers on the front and back as well, and navy blue caps. 2-2, swung on and missed. There's a big strikeout that Sarrett needed. Two runners aboard, and it looks like we'll be getting a pinch hitter from King. Stepping into the batter's box is number 33, Turner Stout, the sophomore out of Kingsport, Tennessee. Brad Hill, the head coach for King, marched over from the third base coach's box over to the home plate umpire. Takes over for the designated hitter spot where Josh Nuno formerly was, and Nuno ends his day 1 for 2. So Stout stands in, takes the first pitch right down Main Street at 74. Stout, a business management major, just had 4 at-bats last season, went 1 for 4. The other times where he did not get a base hit, he struck out 3 times. Called strike, will put the count at 0-2. Well, 2 of his 4 at-bats last year came in the season-opening series right here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, where he went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The 0-2, ground ball. Hit back to the pitcher, picked up by Sarrett, has a tough throw, and will beat it out for an infield single. Likely Sarrett would have had a better chance of letting it go to the third baseman Floyd or the shortstop Gibson and having them make the throw instead of having to turn around and do a 180 to catch Stout in time. The bases are now loaded. Additionally, there was a force out at third. Likely wouldn't have gotten that, but it was an option to consider nonetheless. Bases loaded for Joey Armontegui, who is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out, struck out, and was plunked. Carson-Newman holding on to a narrow one-run lead, 6-5 here in the top of the 7th. First pitch low, 74-mile-per-hour pitch from Sarrett will miss for ball 1. No spot to put a runner with the bases juiced. One 0. Fouled off. Hits off the SAC logo behind the visitors' bleachers at the football field. Armontegui, the batter, freshman out of Cocoa Beach, Florida, named the 2023 Cocoa Beach Player of the Year according to Max Preps. Had a high school career batting average of .440. 1-1 lifted over towards right field. Williams climbs the hill, makes the catch. The throw coming home is cut off. Castellana finally receives it, but it's too late, and it's a sac fly to right field for Joey Armontegui into foul territory. Medford advances to third. Michael Stars comes in to score, and King has put up a 2-spot in the top of the 7th to tie the game. Runners are now at the corners for Connor Hyatt's at bat, who's 1 for 3 today. Hyatt has struck out twice but singled, and it was an RBI single at that back in the 4th. A few more updates from around the South Atlantic Conference in just a moment. Connor Hyatt stepping in with runners at the corners in a tie game. 2 outs. Jackson Sarrett looks over to first, now fires on a called strike on the outside part of the plate. UVA Wise leading Bluefield State 14-1 in the top of the 6th. Wise has scored in every inning so far. Stout takes a lead off of first. Sarrett stares him down before firing the pitch. It's in foul territory yet again. Kilgore climbs the hill, but will let it fall for a foul ball and strike 2. Catawba and Barry are tied at 3. The Catawba Indians have put up a 2-spot in the top of the 9th to tie the game. Bases are loaded with 2 outs before the Barry bottom of the 9th to try to walk it off. Number 3, Catawba, with a loss to Barry, would go 1-2 against the Sunshine State Conference. Sarrett will now get Stout in a rundown. It goes from the pitcher to the shortstop, who will walk him back. Gibson walks Stout all the way back to first base while keeping a close eye on Medford, who was at third. And the glaring eyes of Gibson made Medford stay at third base. Now it's an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Pickoff back to Stout and not in time. No tag applied by the first baseman Kilgore. Sarrett a strike away from getting out of trouble and limiting the damage to just 2 runs in the inning. Another pickoff back to first. Kilgore is able to corral it, but no tag. 2 disengagements before a pitch to Connor Hyatt on the 0-2. Sarrett, the 4th pitcher for Carson-Newman today. Look over to first, fires the 0-2. It's a pitch out. for 1-2 to see if Stout would try to move again. Sarrett curious on Stout after he tried to steal earlier and got walked back by the shortstop Gibson. A ball and 2 strikes. Sarrett, another look, picks off, got his man down, and now a fake throw. Kilgore will walk back the third base runner Medford to the bag, but it allows Stout to steal. And the interesting thing about it is with 2 outs, if you just get the batter at the plate in Connor Hyatt, which you already have him on a 2-strike count, the runners don't matter. Of course, the runners matter if it's a base hit, and that could now potentially be 2 runs added. But Sarrett has effectively refused to pitch to Hyatt. He'll have to now. The 1-2 delivery, ground ball hit to third, gloved by Floyd. Throw on to first is in time for the out, and the drama is avoided for the most part. 2 runs, however, for the Tornado, retie the game at 6 apiece. 7th inning stretch here in Jefferson City.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large 1-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large 1-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
New pitcher on the hill for the King Tornado, turning the ball over to Connor Haynes. The freshman out of Churchill, Tennessee, played for Volunteer High School and the Falcons. The left-handed arm is making his collegiate debut as a true freshman at King University. So Haynes, the freshman, will toe the rubber. Tanner Huntley, Carson Whaley have paved the way. And the offense has ballooned King to a 6-6 tie heading into the bottom of the 7th. Starting pitcher Tanner Huntley, after getting rocked around in the first and a little bit in the second, then settled in. He will now get a no decision for his 6th-inning performance. Really 5 2/3, but pitched well into the 6th. And Huntley, the starting pitcher, responsible for all 6 runs on the scoreboard. Top of the batting order due up for Carson-Newman, Spencer Williams, Seth Benner, Logan Floyd set to take on the freshman lefty in Connor Haynes. By the way, an update from that Catawba game. Catawba had a bases-loaded walk to take a 4-3 lead. Now in the bottom of the 9th, Barry a leadoff double, runner in scoring position, down a run. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. Haynes making his collegiate debut here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, taking on the right fielder Spencer Williams. 1-0, lays down a bunt but foul. Strike 1 to Williams. Williams, the senior, becoming the first batter faced for the young Haynes. previous King pitchers. Tanner Hundley went 5 2/3. Allowed 5 hits, 6 runs, just 4 of them earned, however. Ball will miss low and away for ball 2. Hundley walked 2 while striking out 7. Carson Whaley relieved him at the end of last inning. He only pitched a third of an inning, allowed a hit and a walk, but no runs to score. 2-1, nice slider finds its way in for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two, bottom 7. Swing and a miss, and Williams strikes out swinging. The tag is made by Levi Medford. How about that for the freshman out of King, Connor Haynes, the first batter he faces in college, strikes him out. Brings up Seth Benner, 0 for 2. He walked back in the first inning. Haynes sets, fires right down Main Street for a called strike. 76 mile per hour pitch for Connor Haynes. The 0-1. Hit in the air, deep towards center field. Roper keeps going back, and that drops off the base of the wall. It's extra bases for Seth Benner, who pulls in with a double. About as far as you can possibly get from home plate. Took a 68 mile per hour breaking ball and drives it 366 to dead center. So Benner, a double. Runner in scoring position in the bottom of the 7th for Logan Floyd. And that was a hitter's pitch, breaking ball that landed in the dead center of the plate. The first pitch of the Logan Floyd at bat will miss down low for ball 1. And time called by the catcher Medford as he'll come out to have a conversation with the young Haynes. Silver Diamond Baseball Complex to dead center field, 380 feet. Benner's hit was 366, so missed it by about 15 feet of distance. Quick mound visit between Medford and Haynes. And Floyd will step back into the batter's box. Floyd 0 for 3 today, has struck out in all 3 plate appearances. The 1-0 delivery taken downstairs for ball 2. Well, one final update from the banks of Miami Shores, where the number 3 Catawba Indians were playing earlier today. 2-0 pitch, called a strike. After Catawba scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th to take a lead, Barry was able to get a couple of runners on, or 1 runner on, before Noguera homered to the left side of the field to win it in walk-off fashion, 5-4. Ball misses low and away for ball 3. Catawba has been walked off twice by members of the Sunshine State Conference and fall to 1-2 on the season. (3-1). Slider finds its way into the strike zone. Full count. Elsewhere across the South Atlantic Conference, USC Aiken leading Mars Hill 6-5, bottom of the 8th. North Georgia leads LMU 8-5, bottom 8 there as well. 3-2. High pop-up in the infield. Shortstop Woodley calls everybody off and will reach up to make the catch. 2 gone in the inning. Tanner Kilgore comes up to the plate. 1 for 3 today. Doubled back in the first. Since then, flew out to center field and grounded out to the catcher unassisted on a ball with a lot of front spin that just stayed in fair territory. Medford was able to pick it up and tag out Kilgore, who was not running to first base. First pitch called a strike. Look back towards second base where Benner stands after his double. The 0-1 hit towards center field. Roper turns his back. That drops into the gap. Rounding third and coming home is Seth Benner. Trading places is Tanner Kilgore. His second double of the game gives Carson-Newman back the lead, 7-6. Kilgore with an RBI double. Benner in to score. Two doubles off the arm of Connor Haynes. Both go over 350 feet to dead center field. And in steps Nick Castellana, who doubled earlier today. He's 2 for 3, single, double, and a ground out. First pitch to him is lifted foul over on the right side and will land on the metal bleachers at Berktar Stadium. Look back towards second. 0-1, missing, high and away. Carson-Newman softball improved to 3-0 earlier today with a doubleheader sweep of Concord. 1-1 is a swing and a miss for strike 2. There were a couple other South Atlantic Conference games that did not get to mention. The 1-2 misses inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wingate takes down Nova Southeastern 11-3 earlier today. Top of the 9th, Trevecca Nazarene trying to rally against Lenore Rhine 11-7. 2-2 taken outside. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kilgore at second for Nick Castellana. A long look back. Runner goes, stops, ground ball towards third, picked up by Stars. Stars has a tough play to make, but he does. It was a low throw. Hicks went down almost doing the splits and was able to secure it in his glove. A 5-3 ground out for Nick Castellana ends the frame. 1 run scores on 2 doubles. A runner left on. Carson-Newman back in front through 7 innings, 7-6.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Couple defensive changes for the Carson-Newman Eagles to talk about before we begin our 8th inning of play. Changes at first base and catcher. Nick Castellana has been replaced and relieved by Frankie Delgado, while Tanner Kilgore has been relieved by Luke Goforth, the graduate out of Blacksburg, Virginia. Stepping into the batter's box, Jalen Woodley, 0 for 6 on the season. Like to get a base hit here to lead off the 8th. First pitch, thought about it, called a strike. Ground ball, that gets through the left side of the infield for a base hit. And there it is. Jalen Woodley was waiting for it all weekend and finally gets it in his 7th at-bat. So it brings up Truman Roper. 2 for 4 today, single, doubled, flew out to left, and grounded out to short in his 4 plate appearances so far today. Sarrett picks off. Goforth will fire onto the shortstop. Gibson, the tag is made. Caught stealing, 1-3-6. So Jalen Woodley, as quickly as he gets his first hit of the season, he's chopped down from the base paths on a successful pickoff move. Truman Roper still has yet to take the first pitch of his at-bat. He does, and it's a called strike on the outside part of the plate. The 0-1, hit in the air, deep center field. Miller traces over to right center and will reach up to make the catch. 2 gone here in the 8th for King. And it brings up Joseph Ruiz. Ruiz 1 for 3 today. First inning flew out to right. 3rd inning singled. 5th inning grounded out to short. And the 7th inning, his most recent plate appearance, drew a walk. Delgado receives the first pitch as the new catcher in the game, outside ball 1. Sarah ready to go again. The 1-0 delivery downstairs, but enough to catch the knees for strike 1. 1-1. Hit sharply towards second. Nathan picks it up onto first in time for the out. And the unconventional 1-2-3 Woodley singles, caught stealing, fly out to center, ground out to second, ends our frame. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. Bottom of the 8th, and a chance for Carson-Newman to add some insurance when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Back here from the campus of Carson-Newman University. Final chance for the Eagles to add some insurance runs, leading by 1 run in the bottom of the 8th. King, down to its final 3 outs in the top of the 9th, will have Michael Stars, who's hit 2 home runs this series, Levi Medford, and Daniel Hicks. 3 really dangerous batters for the Tornado due up in the top of the 9th. So if you're a King Tornado fan, that is something to look forward to. For Carson-Newman, you're hoping to add some insurance to not have to worry as much heading in to the top of the 9th. It's Aiden Gibson, Cole Nathan, and Ryan Bolton due up this inning. The defensive substitutions of Luke Goforth and Frankie Delgado will not come up until spots 8 and 9 of this inning. First pitch, a called strike on the outside part of the plate to Aiden Gibson. Worth noting that the most batters that have come to the plate today for Carson-Newman in a single inning has been 7. King has scored 6 runs on 12 hits, committing 2 errors. The Tornado have left 8 runners on base. Bunt almost laid down or rolls as a foul ball for strike 2. Carson-Newman, 7 runs on 8 hits, just 1 error committed on 4 runners left on base. A 1-2 delivery from Haynes, just a touch outside. Count is even at 2-2. Well, hey, tune in for our next broadcast on cneagles.com/live and the Eagle Sports Network on Tuesday as Carson-Newman has its first midweek contest of the game on the road against the Shorter Hawks. 2-2, ball downstairs, and the count will go full. First pitch is scheduled for 1 o'clock from the campus of Shorter University. (3-2) to Aiden Gibson. Connor Haynes, the pitcher, deals a pitch outside, but called strike 3. According to TrackMan data, this one about 3 to 4 balls outside of the strike zone. So just an egregious call from Bell rings up Aiden Gibson. Cole Nathan, the second baseman, 0 for 2 today. Takes a first pitch, called strike. Oh, 1 taken well outside. It's a 1-1 count. Connor Haynes got his second strikeout, his first backwards of his collegiate career, to Aiden Gibson. Ryan Bolton stands on deck for Carson-Newman. Ball outside, and that's ball 2. One delivery, swing and a miss, strike 2. Nathan now having to battle through a 2-strike count. Carson-Newman leading 7-6. If you're just joining us, we're in the bottom of the 8th. Game 3 of a 3-game weekend set between Carson-Newman and King University. 2-2 taken low, and the count's full. Back-to-back batters have worked a full count against the freshman lefty for King and Connor Haynes. (3-2). Chopped foul up the third baseline. Stays alive in the at-bat, trying to get a base runner for Ryan Bolton, who stands on deck. Carson-Newman looking to break out the brooms against King in a season-opening series for back-to-back seasons. 3-2, this one's outside, and ball 4. First walk surrendered today by Connor Haynes. And it brings up Ryan Bolton, the pinch hitter turned left fielder. 1 for 1 today. He singled back in the 6th inning. Stayed alive in his at-bat thanks to a error in foul territory by the first baseman Hicks, who's currently holding on Cole Nathan. Ball on the outside part of the plate. Look over, now Haynes fires. Ground ball over to short. Woodley flips it onto Ruiz, over to Hicks. In time, a 6-4-3 double play. The Carson-Newman faithful not too happy about the call as Ryan Bolton grounds into an inning-ending double play. 3 outs for Carson-Newman to secure the series sweep over the Tornado. Stick around, an exciting finish to this one. Due up on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
New arm on the hill for Carson-Newman. In the closer role, Eli Norris going for his first save of the season and Carson-Newman's first save overall. Eagles holding on to a 1-run lead as we head into the top of the 9th. Probably the most dangerous portion of this Tornado batting order. Michael Stars, Levi Medford, and Daniel Hicks due up. Michael Stars only 1 hit today, but it was a home run. Levi Medford 2 for 4, Daniel Hicks 2 for 4. So a really treacherous portion of the King batting order, and leading things off is the home run hitter, Michael Stars. There have only been 2 home runs hit by both teams combined in this 3-game set. Both of them belong to the man at the plate. Eli Norris, the senior out of Ringgold, Georgia. Right-handed arm out of the bullpen for Carson-Newman. First pitch taken upstairs for ball 1. Excellent velocity. Throwing a 92-mile-per-hour fastball just a touch high. .1-0 pitch. Called a strike on the outside part of the plate. 91-mile-per-hour fastball. Got a chance this offseason to play summer ball for the Battle Creek Battle Jacks of the Northwoods League in Battle Creek, Michigan, which is weirdly enough called the cereal capital of the world. Fouled off for strike 2. Norris didn't play last season. His last collegiate appearance came on April 14th of 2023 against Lenore-Rhine. One-two delivery. Breaking ball at 75, but too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, top of the 9th. King needs a run to stay alive in this game. Stars represents the tying run at the plate. 2-2 delivery. Ring him up, strike 3. 76-mile-per-hour curveball falls off the table into the upper portion of the strike zone, and Stars is retired to lead off the 9th. Norris, the 5th pitcher used by Carson-Newman today, after Branson Angel, Xavier Hart, Dallin Turner, and Jackson Serrett came before him. Brings up Levi Medford. He's 2 for 4 today with a pair of singles, a ground out, and a strikeout. First pitch is taken too high. Norris throws a fastball, curveball, and a splitter in his pitch repertoire. 1-0, high pop-up, foul territory. Go for it. The first baseman climbs the hill. Can he make a play on it? It drops too far out of play. Just over that chain link fence that cuts off the playing surface from the spectator berm up the right field line. It's a ball and a strike to Medford. Hicks stands on deck. 7-6 Carson-Newman, the 1-1 delivery taken just a touch outside for ball 2. Eagles play on Tuesday at 1 p.m. at Shorter. Try to sweep King here to go 3-0. 2-1, missing low, 3 balls and a strike. Should Carson-Newman hang on to win this game against King, it would set up a Tuesday battle of the unbeatens, undefeated Carson-Newman and undefeated Shorter, barring a King come-from-behind victory down a run. A swing gets a sword for strike 2. Mentioned the home plate umpire, William Bell, did rule that as a foul tip. Doesn't change much. 3-2, payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Eli Norris. Sets down Stars and Medford on strikes. And the King Tornado down to their final out. And it's up to Daniel Hicks, who's 2 for 4 today, to keep the game going. Hicks flew out to center in the first, had back-to-back innings with singles in the 4th and 5th, struck out in his most recent at-bat back in the 7th. He talks with his head coach, Brad Hill, who got his coaching start not too far from here at Morristown Hamblin East. Same head coaching stop for Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin. First pitch to Hicks, fouls it off. 92-mile-per-hour fastball just spoiled away by Hicks. A back-and-forth affair. Both teams have seen leads in this game. The 0-1 delivery. Check swing, appeal down. The field umpire says he went. Andy Glenn, the field umpire. And suddenly, the Tornado down to their final strike. King next game on Wednesday on the road at Mars Hill. Claps from the crowd. The pitch from Norris is hit in the air. Miller has a read in center field. Will reach up and make the catch for the final out. Carson-Newman winners 7-6 in 9 innings and break out the brooms over the King Tornado. Final out recorded at 3:50 this afternoon. Your final line score, the King Tornado, 6 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors, 8 runners left on base. Carson-Newman, 7 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, only leaving 4 on base this afternoon. The winning pitcher for Carson-Newman when the winning run was scored in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitcher at the time was Jackson Serrett. The losing pitcher for the King Tornado will be Connor Haynes. The freshman for King gets the losing decision in the series finale. Well, hey guys, stay tuned for Tuesday. You can listen in at cneagles.com/live. Also mention the save goes to Eli Norris, his first of the season. Official game time today of 2 hours and 49 minutes. An audio-only stream coming up later this week on Tuesday. cneagles.com/live, or you can follow along on social media or live stats as well. The undefeated Carson-Newman Eagles go to Shorter and Rome, Georgia with a 3-0 record to take on the undefeated Hawks after Shorter swept a doubleheader yesterday of the Kentucky State Thoroughbreds. Well, that'll just about do it here from the opening series from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. One more time, your final score, the Carson-Newman Eagles 7, the King Tornado 6. For my director, producer, everything, all above and in between, Jay West, and our incredible and wonderful cameraman. I'm Tyler Katz saying so long from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex in Jefferson City, Tennessee. Until Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock in Rome, Georgia. Hope you have a great day. This has been a presentation of the Eagle Sports Network.